Tomorrow is the 4th of July, and if you're in the United States of America, that means it's Independence Day, where you freed yourselves from British rule. Talking of freedom, I went to my local flea market and liberated some trains. Hello YouTubes, and happy 4th of July to all my friends down south of the border. That makes more sense if you realise that I'm in Canada and I'm not in Scotland. Now, before I get started, I want to say a special thanks to my first ever Patreon member, Derek Scott, a fellow clansman, not that sort of clan. Now, I was waiting for some glue to dry on my track and thought, what will I do to kill some time? Let's go to a local flea market and see if they've got any trains. And sure enough, they did. So let me show you what I got. First up, we have this Great Northern Hopper in a rather fetching brown. I have no idea on the history of Great Northern, if it's real or if it's fictional. So leave a comment, let me know. And this comes with little knuckle couplers, which is ideal. I also noticed this little notch up here. I thought it was broken at first, but it looks like it's for access for engineers or whoever to get into the hopper and possibly fall to their deaths. It doesn't seem very safe climbing in there. Anyway, nice bit of detail for $2 whole, tax included. Moving on. This is a Burlington gondola, and I just can't decide if it's been badly weathered or just really badly neglected. Needs a bit of work, obviously. I think it had something inside it that's been ripped out. But I think with a bit of a clean up, I could maybe make this look nice again. It does have all its trucks intact and it's got knuckle couplers again. So we will test that on the track later. Another gondola and another fairly bad attempt at weathering. They basically just got a brush, some paint and splashed up the side. But I do kind of like this in this colour, and I think again with a bit of work we can make that look nice and put something good on the inside to carry about. But as before, we will be checking this out on the track, make sure it runs. Now we have a pair of Canadian National hoppers. I think these were a kit build. The decals are squinty, some very nasty looking weathering, but they're both pretty solid. They've got their knuckle couplers, nothing seems to be broken, so they're worth a bit of a fix up. $2 each. This is a Gulf Mobile and Ohio Boxcar. Unfortunately, the doors are missing, and I don't even know if this is a real company, GM&O. Leave a comment, or is it fictional? As before, knuckle couplers intact. We will be giving this a bit of a test drive round the track. Now this is a bit of a monstrosity. Someone's really tried hard with the weathering in this one, but I think they've just gone a bit too far. Kind of looks like aluminum oxide that's running down the side. Maybe that's the look they were going for, but I don't think it'll be, staying like this. It's kind of nasty. But again, trucks are intact, knuckle couplers are intact. It will hopefully make it round the track. And finally, the cleanest item I got, Maine Central large boxcar. It's in really good condition, pretty much new looking. The doors do not open, unfortunately, and I think with a bit of weathering this could look really good. The trucks look quite new, got its little knuckle couplers again, so he will also be attempting to navigate my track. 8 cars, $2 each, $16 in total, including tax. The most important thing is they get to live and roll another day. Talking of which, let's see if they actually do roll around the track. Well, I think they look fine. The faster you go, the less crappy they look. But I've liberated them from the flea market. They don't live in a little shelf in a dark hole anymore. They get to drive around my track occasionally when they're not living in a little shelf in my dark basement. Anyway, to all my friends down south, have a great 4th of July. Please stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.